Well, it's not that.
So everybody wants to lie now. Wow.
Well, you started out lying.
All right, but I end up telling you the truth, though.
Well, maybe they'll end up telling me the truth.
I have
The
no
thing
reason
is,
to lie.
if you weren't okay with this, why you would just let Nikki just stab on this girl?
Because after the first couple times, and I was like, what are you trying to do? Like, you really trying to kill her? And like I said, I was drinking that night, and I got discombobulated, and I was like, you know what? I'm not about to be a part of this. So that's, like I said, that's when I went out the window, and I went back over there and lay down.
This is William Elliott, a guy capable of inflicting unimaginable pain and violence on someone he considered close just for the sake of revenge.
Why don't you just go take a walk? So she's sitting up there holding her head and she's crying and everything. We're like, that's when I noticed the hole in the wall. And I was like, damn. I said, now we got to fix that or she going to get kicked out.
Mm-hmm.
So after that was said and done, Michael left for a minute, he came back. And then her and Nikki got into it, Maria and Nikki got into it. And Nikki was like, she was like, you keep it on, bitch, and I'm going to end up killing your ass or some shit like that. Why don't you just go take a walk? So she's sitting up there holding her head and she's crying and everything. We're like, that's when I noticed the hole in the wall. And I was like, damn. I said, now we got to fix that or she going to get kicked out.
Mm-hmm.
So after that was said and done, Michael left for a minute, he came back. And then her and Nikki got into it, Maria and Nikki got into it. And Nikki was like, she was like, you keep it on, bitch, and I'm going to end up killing your ass or some shit like that.
The day before everything happened, Elliott was at an apartment with a few other people, the same place where 23-year-old Maria Best lived. At some point, the night went bad. Words turned into an argument, and Maria did the one thing that should have ended it right there. She called the police. Officers showed up, and Elliott was escorted out. But instead of letting it go, he went next door, and that's where the warning signs got louder. Witnesses later said they overheard him talking about getting even. That information was reported to police because it didn't sound like an empty threat. The following day is when the true horror happened. With the help of an acquaintance, Elliott kicked down the apartment door, caught Maria, restrained her, and proceeded to kick and taunt her before stabbing her multiple times, leaving her in an unimaginable agony for several hours. He finished by slashing her throat and throwing the murder weapon into a trash receptacle near her apartment. Elliott was also wearing rubber gloves, which he tossed into another trash bin down the road. However, despite the gloves, police found DNA evidence linking both him and Maria Best to the rubber gloves, the knife, and the knife handle. At that point, the mission was simple. Find William Elliott, bring him in, and see what happens when he's sitting in an interrogation room with nowhere to run. This is the interrogation of William Elliott. We are Crime Cracked. Sit back and let's start.
William? How you doing? I'm Detective Wooten. So they tell you why you're down here?
No.
Okay. They didn't tell you. You didn't ask?
Yeah. They said we'll talk about it when we get downtown.
They just told you you had a warrant?
Yeah.
They tell you what it's for?
No.
Murder.
Murder.
Yeah. You have any reason why you'd have a murder warrant on you?
No.
Where are you staying at now?
Same address, 57 South Grove.
57 what?
South Grove.
So what?
57 South Grove.
Grub?
Yeah, Grubbe.
And who you staying there with?
By myself.
Oh. So you working anywhere?
No.
Well, I'd like to talk to you about this. This involves a female by the name of Maria Best. Does that ring a bell?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure you know what this. And I'd like to obviously get your side of the story or with regards to her. But I'm going to read your rights first. Have you had your rights read to you before?
Yeah.
Okay. You can speak English, correct?
Yeah.
What's the last grade you completed in school?
11.
You can read and write?
Yeah.
You have any hearing problems?
No.
You need glasses or contacts to read?
Yeah.
Can you read this right here? Can you see this? Yeah, can you see this?
Yeah, barely.
Okay. Well, I'm going to read it out loud to you so that way if you got any questions. Have you taken any alcohol in the last 12, 24 hours?
Yeah.
How much would you say?
A couple cans.
How long ago?
About an hour ago.
So you had a couple cans about an hour ago?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How many drugs? Prescription or illegal?
Take prescription drugs.
Do they alter you in any way? And can you understand me fine?
When William Elliott was brought in, he sat alone for nearly an hour, tired and confused. Detective Wooten entered with a calm, casual tone, then confirmed Elliott knew there was a warrant before revealing it was for murder. Elliott reacted with confusion, not immediate denial. Wooten asked basic questions about his life and address, then introduced the name Maria Best, which Elliott recognized. After reading his rights, Elliott admitted he needed glasses to see the form and said he'd had a couple beers earlier.
Okay. How many drugs? Prescription or illegal?
Take prescription drugs.
Do they alter you in any way? And can you understand me fine?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm going to read this part to you out loud. We go over it if you got any questions. Before we ask you any questions, you must understand your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in court. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before asking any questions. You have the right to have a lawyer with you during a question. If you are unable to pay a lawyer will be appointed for you prior to any questioning if you so desire. If you wish to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you have the right to stop answering at any time. You also have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to a lawyer. Is there any part of that that you don't understand, you have any questions about?
I understand all of it.
Okay. Would you like to talk to me about this incident?
Like I said, this is news to me, so I mean, y'all get me for murder. I'm not understanding how I'm getting charged with
Okay.
murder.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We can have a conversation about it. Is that something you want to do?
I mean, I'll answer as much as I can, but yeah.
Okay. So I just need your signature right here that you understand your rights as they were read to you. Okay. So, tell me, what was your relationship with Maria Best?
She was the girlfriend of my friend Michael.
Michael who?
So,
Okay. How long have you known her?
long time, like 6, 7, maybe 8 years.
When was the last time you saw her?
The night that we stayed with her and the police got called and she kicked us out the apartment.
Why did she kick you guys out?
Because she wanted to be with Michael and Michael didn't want to be with her.
So she made you all leave?
Yeah.
Did you guys have any other issues before that?
The night before.
What?
We went to the laundromat and her and Michael got into it again, and after that the police got called to the laundromat, and then she pressed charges on me, she dropped charges, and then after that...
she pressed charges on you?
Yeah.
For what?
I think she put for assault or something like that. I don't know. I left the laundromat.
Okay. So you think she filed some kind of assault charge on you with regards to this laundromat issue?
Yeah, that was the night before, and then when we left again that night, I don't know what happened after that, because when I left, I went somewhere else.
You left, you went somewhere else?
Mm-hmm.
You never went back to her apartment after that?
No. We went next door to her apartment and dropped our stuff off, and my girlfriend and Michael stayed there, and I left.
Okay. Where did you go?
Out west.
Well, where at out west?
Just hanging out, but it just picked me up from.
Is there anybody that we can talk to that says that you are out west?
A couple of people.
Do you want to tell me who those are?
Well, I don't know their real names. I know they shortened their nicknames.
Well, where did you meet them at out west?
Right there at the Shell gas station, right there on Broad and Rogers.
Okay. So, the night before you guys got kicked out, there was an incident that happened at the laundromat. Do you know which laundromat?
Right there on Main and I don't know that side street, right across from Walmart, that new laundromat.
When detectives asked if he wanted to talk, William's confusion came out fast. He said the murder charge was new to him and didn't understand why he was being accused. The focus shifted to Maria Best, and Williams said she was his friend Michael's girlfriend and that he'd known her for years. He described the last time he saw her, an argument that got so heated police were called and he was forced out of her apartment. He also mentioned another conflict at a laundromat and admitted Maria had filed charges. When asked where he went after, William gave vague answers about being out west, then added a specific gas station intersection as detectives tracked his movements.
Which laundromat?
Right there on Main and I don't know that side street, right across from Walmart, that new laundromat, Clean Right or whatever you call it.
Is that in Whitehall?
Yeah.
Okay. What sparked this incident at the laundromat?
Because we all went to laundromat. We asked her to fold the clothes. She said she didn't want to fold the clothes, so me and her got into argument, so I walked off. Then her and Michael got into it. Michael told her to fold the clothes. And like, we was like, well, you're not getting in the car and going home but us then if you're not going to fold the clothes. So somebody
Whose
else.
clothes were they that needed folded?
Her and Michael's.
Okay. So she didn't want to fold these clothes, so you guys are going to just leave her there? Is that what
Yeah,
you...
but we was just saying that just to mess with her.
Oh, you didn't plan on leaving
No,
her?
no.
Who was driving that day?
The neighbor, Jeremy, something, I don't know his last name.
Would you say
Jeremy?
Jeremy?
Yeah.
Okay. So Jeremy's driving, and yeah, this thing. So did you guys end up leaving together, or
Yeah.
what happened?
Yeah, we ended up going home after that, after the incident, after the police got called, and then we ended up
Were
going
you
home.
there when the police showed up?
No, I had already been down the street.
Okay,
I was
so
in
you
the
left.
Yeah.
Then you came back, or they come
Yeah.
pick you up?
Well, no, yeah, they came pick me up. Yeah.
Okay. And you thought that night she filed assault charges on you?
She did. But then I guess she turned around, Jeremy and Michael told me that she ended up dropping him.
Okay, so she dropped him. So, and then you ended up going back to her apartment that night?
Yeah.
So did this get brought up again after that?
No. Well, the next night we got into it again because her and Michael wanted to be together. Michael was like, I'm about to leave. And then she pulled a knife out and was threatening to cut herself. And the police came. Well, I'm sitting at the table. Crystal's sitting right here. Michael's sitting right there. But when the police walk in, they grab a knife in front of me and throw it in the sink. And I'm like, well, because we was the one that called the police. We told her that she was trying to
kill herself.
We did.
What do you mean we?
Me, Crystal, and Michael.
So you all got on a phone and called?
Well, I mean, I'm saying I called, but I'm saying like.
So who actually called?
I called.
Okay.
And I told them, I said, my sister's trying to commit suicide, and they came out. We took the knife from her. We set the knife on the table. When the police came in, first thing he does is grab it and throw it in the sink. And we're like, why would you touch it? Like, we're telling you that she's trying to commit suicide. And so they was like, well, you're all not on the leash. Y'all got to go. And we're like, well, so y'all just going to leave her by herself so she can commit suicide? And that's when the cop was like, well, y'all got to go. So I left. Mm-hmm. And then Crystal and Michael called me and it was like, well, we got to put all our stuff next door at Jeremy's house. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to stay around the corner until everything calms down.
So you left and went just around the corner?
Yeah, I just walked around.
Okay. And then, did you come back at all that night?
Jeremy and them came pick me up. I grabbed a couple pair of pants and I left and got on the bus and I went out west.
So what time did you get on the bus?
I don't know. It was probably like 11, 12 maybe. Because buses start running at 12, so it's probably like 10 or 11, somewhere around there.
So at 10 or 11, you got on the bus?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you rode out west? Mm-hmm. Do you remember which bus it was you got on?
Number 10.
Number 10. Okay. So did you talk to anybody the rest of that night?
I talked to Crystal.
And what Crystal said?
Nothing. She was upset. She asked me why I left, and I told her I didn't want to be bothered with the situation, so I told her I'll probably see her tomorrow.
Okay. But Crystal stayed there?
Yeah, at Jeremy's.
Okay.
Her and Michael.
Was there anybody else there?
Nikki.
Who's Nikki?
She's a close friend.
Of you or Michael?
All of us.
How long you known her?
Long time.
Where'd she go?
I don't know.
So, was Nikki there when the police showed up?
Yeah.
How long is she staying there too?
No, she just came to visit.
Okay. And she's not like a girlfriend of yours or something?
No.
So when everybody got kicked out, Nikki left too?
Nikki left and went over, I guess, with Michael and Crystal and Jeremy.
And then you don't know if she stayed there or did she leave?
No, because like I said, I was mad, so I just did.
Okay. Now when you went, after the police left, and you went back to Jeremy's to get your pants before you got on the bus, how long were you inside the apartment?
Maybe 20, 30 minutes. Long enough to tell Crystal I love her, gave her a kiss, and she gave me a couple of dollars, and I left.
How long have you two been together?
About 2 years.
Now, while you were in, how well do you know Jeremy? Are you guys good friends? Or?
We just met him like a couple days before that.
Oh, so you don't really know him that well?
Yeah.
So why would he let you guys keep your stuff over there?
I don't know, because I guess he's seeing how, because he didn't like Maria for some reason. I don't know. He kept saying he didn't like her. Like, he always told Michael.
Detectives revisited the laundromat fight. Williams said the clothes were Maria's and Michael's, and the leave her talk was just teasing. He couldn't clearly name the driver, only a neighbor, Jeremy, and admitted he left before police arrived. He described another blow-up where a knife appeared and a woman threatened to hurt herself. Officers took the weapon and made everyone leave. Williams stayed nearby, then took the number 10 bus out west later that night.
Together?
About 2 years.
Now, while you were in, how well do you know Jeremy? You guys good friends? Or?
We just met him like a couple days before that.
Oh, so you don't really know him that well.
Yeah.
So why would he let you guys keep your stuff over there?
I don't know, because I guess he's seeing how, because he didn't like Maria for some reason. I don't know. He kept saying he didn't like her. Like, he always told Michael that he can let him stay there and he can pay rent or whatever. Like, I don't know. I didn't really get to talk to him like that much.
Okay. When you were in his apartment for that 30 minutes after you went back, how did he seem?
What do you mean?
Did you talk to him hardly at all, or was
No, he was in his bedroom.
So he was back in his bedroom, so you didn't really see him while you were there. Did any of your group, you or Michael or Crystal or Nikki, really know him that well?
No, I told you we just met him like what?
So nobody knew Jeremy before this.
No.
So he was cool with you guys just putting your stuff in. Did you offer to pay him money or?
I think maybe Crystal and Michael did. I don't know.
Okay. So I mean, if I didn't know nobody, I'm not gonna let him just stack shit in my apartment. So you think Crystal might have offered him some cash to put that stuff in?
Probably so.
Okay. So then you leave, and about 10 or 11, you get on the bus, and you go out west. And other than a phone conversation with Crystal, that's the last contact you have with anybody?
No, I mean, I talk to him every day. I mean, like, that was the last time that night that I talked to him because my phone was about to die.
So when did you find out what happened to Maria?
The next day.
Who told you?
Michael and Crystal.
What'd they say?
They was like, Maria's dead.
What'd you say to that?
I was like, wow, like, what happened? And they was like, well, we don't know if she got stabbed or something like that. And I was like, wow.
They told you she got stabbed?
Mm-hmm.
They tell you anything else?
Mm-mm.
They say anything about the police showing up or anything like that?
Yeah, they said they both got brought downtown or something like that, or I don't know. I was distraught because I was like, wow. I was like, so they're probably gonna put it on me. And she was like, why would you say that? I said, because the night before she pressed charges on me and then dropped charges. And she was like, yeah, probably. And I was like, okay, well.
So you just figured the police were gonna charge you?
Yeah, because usually when stuff like this happen, like, and somebody files assault charges on somebody and then they drop them, they probably gonna look at me as a suspect. But I didn't think this was gonna happen.
Okay. So how often have you talked to Michael and Crystal since then?
Here and there.
Did they tell you the police were looking for you?
Mm-mm. Well, actually, Michael said that they might want to talk to me.
That's all he said, that they might want to talk to you? Have you physically seen Michael or Crystal or Nikki since this incident happened?
Yeah, quite a few times.
Where at?
In different places. Like I seen Michael downtown one time. And then I seen Nikki out west. And then I seen Crystal a couple of days ago.
Does Nikki stay out west?
Mm-hmm.
She got a house out there?
She stays in Orlando.
With anybody else? Or
A bunch of people.
you know where it's at?
Broad and Rogers is that next street behind there.
So it's the next street behind Broad and Rogers?
Like here's Broad and here's Rogers, that next street. Like if you turn on Rogers, it's that next street right there.
Okay. And it's an abandoned house she's staying over?
Mm-hmm.
Is she prostituting?
She does whatever. She's on drugs real bad.
Okay. Have you ever been back over to this apartment building where Maria lives since she died?
Mm-mm.
Have you talked to that Jeremy at all?
A couple times.
Well, what'd you talk to him about?
Like he just basically was like, it was what, a couple weeks ago. It was like something about Crystal's purse came up, kind of went back and forth, and I told him, I said, well, because he kept telling me he wasn't allowed back in his apartment until they had an investigation. And then finally, I guess when his apartment got released, he got in touch with Crystal and told her she can come get her stuff and everything, whatever. Well, our stuff. And when she said she went to go over, her purse was missing.
Okay.
So there was another individual involved too. Her name was Jess, I think her name was. And Jess had called me and she said, well, she texted me and she was like, yeah, I did see Jeremy with her purse. It was sitting on the side of her car and this and that. So we kind of like went back and forth. And I asked him, I was like, well, all I need you to do is return her purse because her ID, birth certificate, and everything in there. So we kind of went back and forth a little bit. And I was like, man, if you don't return her purse, we're going to have some problems. And after that, I haven't talked to him since.
So you were trying to get Crystal's purse back?
Yeah.
What did her purse look like?
It was like a...
After the killing, Williams said he learned Maria Best was dead the next day from Michael and Crystal, and the news stunned him. He worried the arguments from the night before would make him look guilty. He told detectives he'd spoken with Michael and Crystal only here and there, but admitted seeing them again, along with Nikki out west. William described Nikki's rough living situation and gave directions. The talk then shifted to Jeremy, where William returned for belongings, including Crystal's missing brown snakeskin-style purse, which she planned to report.
Well, what'd you talk to him about?
Like, he just basically was like, it was a couple weeks ago. It was like, something about Crystal's purse came up. And we kind of went back and forth, and I told him, I said, well, because he kept telling me he wasn't allowed back in his apartment until they had an investigation. And then finally, I guess when his apartment got released, he got in touch with Crystal and told her she can come get her stuff and everything, whatever. Well, our stuff. And when she said she went to go over, her purse was missing.
Okay.
So there was another individual involved too. Her name was Jess, I think her name was. And Jess had called me and she said, well, she texted me and she was like, yeah, I did see Jeremy with her purse. It was sitting on the side of her car and this and that. So we kind of like went back and forth. And I asked him, I was like, well, all I need you to do is return her purse because her ID, birth certificate, and everything in there. So we kind of went back and forth a little bit. And I was like, man, if you don't return her purse, we're going to have some problems. And after that, I haven't talked to him since.
So you were trying to get Crystal's purse back?
Yeah.
What did her purse look like?
It was like a brown, like snakeskin looking purse. You know, the ones they go over their shoulders. Yeah. Because the last time I talked to her, she said she was going to press charges on him because he tried to say that the detectives and police took her purse, which I don't understand. Why would they take her purse for? But then when I talked to the Jess girl was like, yeah, I seen it sitting beside him in his car, I guess on a Saturday when he went to go pick her up or whatever. And she said she thought it was a new purse that he was going to give to his girlfriend.
Oh, she thought he was going to steal and give it to his girlfriend?
Right. But see, Crystal has this app thing, alert on her phone that somebody just recently tried to use her chime card at Speedway on 161 in Cleveland. They just tried to use it recently. So we know now.
Did she call the police about that?
Well, she was supposed to go down there and file a report, but I haven't talked to her since that.
Okay. What card was it you tried to use?
A chime card.
What's a chime card?
You know, you're not hip to a chime card? It's a white and green card. Chime. You don't never see a commercial for chime?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I don't watch commercials.
Oh.
So it's called a chime card?
Yeah.
And it was Crystal's?
Yeah.
And somebody tried to use it where?
At Speedway on 161 in Cleveland. Well, actually, two Speedways. The other Speedway down the road, but I don't know what road that is. They tried to buy a pack of cigarettes or something.
Okay. So is there anything else about that night you might think I want to know?
To be honest with you, I think that if somebody did kill her, And I don't like, I don't like really talking to the police or nothing, but honestly, I think if somebody did kill her, it would probably have to be either Nikki or Michael. Because that night that Nikki came over, her and Maria got into it, and well, actually, her and Michael got into it first, and she ran her head through the wall, and we heard this loud noise, so we went in the bedroom. And he was
whose head through the wall?
Michael put Maria's head through the wall.
Ah, okay.
There's a hole in the wall when you go into the bathroom, and we ran in the bedroom, me, Crystal, and Nikki, and he was like, "What's going on?" And he was like, "I'm tired of this bitch, with Will." And I'm like, "What happened?" He was like, "She won't let me leave. She won't let me stay." And I'm like, "Well, why don't you just go take a walk?" So she's sitting up there holding her head and she's crying and everything. We're like, that's when I noticed the hole in the wall. And I was like, damn. I said, now we got to fix that or she going to get kicked out.
Mm-hmm.
So after that was said and done, Michael left for a minute. He came back. And then her and Nikki got into it. Maria and Nikki got into it. And Nikki was like, she was like, "You keep it on, bitch, and I'm going to end up killing your ass," or some shit like that.
That was before the police?
This was, yeah.
So Michael put her head through the wall?
Yeah.
And Nikki threatened her?
Yeah.
And why was Nikki threatening her?
Because she was telling her, but she don't need to be with Michael. Michael can do better, and just...
Why? Did she want to be with Michael?
I think so.
Did they have something going on?
They used to try to like date back in the day, but I guess Nikki would end up with somebody else, and Michael would never leave Maria alone. So.
Okay, so Nikki threatened her. So were Michael and Nikki currently messing around?
Well, the night that Maria put us out, Nikki and Mike, I did overhear Nikki and Michael talking about trying to hook up. She was like, "Well, now that you're not with that bitch no more, we can do our thing." This is before I left, when we was next door to Jeremy's.
That was before you left.
Yeah.
Was that when you came back to get pants?
William said he didn't understand the police response and then brought up a new problem. Someone tried using Crystal's chime card at Speedway stores in Cleveland, but she never filed a report, and he hadn't talked to her since. As pressure built, William suggested Nikki or Michael could be responsible. He described seeing Michael slam Maria's head into a wall and recalled Nikki making a direct threat. He also said he overheard Nikki and Michael talking about hooking up after they were forced out, adding motive and tension.
She was like, "Well, now that you're not with that bitch no more, we can do our thing." This is before I left, when we was next door to Jeremy's.
That was before you left.
Yeah.
Was that when you came back to get pants?
Yeah.
So when you come back to get pants, you didn't even really talk to
Well, I grabbed an outfit. I didn't just grab.
Well, I mean clothes. We
Yeah.
just say clothes. So when you came back to get clothes, you didn't really talk to the guy that lives there, that Jeremy. You didn't really talk
No,
to him.
he was in the bedroom. Crystal was sitting on the couch, and Michael and Nikki was sitting on the floor by the front door.
Other than getting your clothes, did you get anything else?
Well, my hygiene bag. That was it.
Okay. So, and then when you left, after you got your clothes, all three of them were in the apartment with Jeremy.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't mention about going anywhere or doing anything else?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Do you remember at all going to a Turkey Hill, the bar, or the gas station, Turkey Hill gas station?
I think that was early that night. I think we went to go get cigarettes or something.
Who did that? Who went?
Me, Crystal, Jeremy. I think Michael was with us.
Did you go inside the Turkey Hill?
I think so. I was drinking a little bit that night, so I can't, like, it was a little bit blurred that night. So.
Was you drinking when the police got there?
Yeah.
Okay. So, You know how DNA works?
Hmm?
Okay. I got a search warrant signed by a judge so I can get your DNA. Now, when we look at your DNA, you think we're going to find anything matching anything at Maria's apartment?
Like what? I mean, you talking about fingerprints all over the apartment? Because I mean, we did stay there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the only thing you're gonna find. Yeah, I admit to that. You probably gonna find fingerprints there because we stayed there.
Well, let's do this. How about I tell you, like, I know you didn't get on the bus at 10 or 11 o'clock at night, okay? I know you were back in Maria's apartment several times throughout the night after you guys had gotten kicked out. I mean, I know that you had to have seen that there's a police station right across the street.
Yeah, I know that.
And that there's an OSU hospital right across the street.
Right.
Every one of those has surveillance cameras everywhere.
Right.
I can watch you guys leaving Jeremy's apartment and going to Maria's apartment and back and forth. I also talked to Crystal. I also talked to Michael. They did not do you any favors. So if you want to go alone on this, that's entirely up to you.
What do you mean, do me no favors?
They didn't do you any favors. They're not, their story, their statement about you and the things that occurred that night are nothing compared to what you just said. Don't look confused, because obviously you know I did not file a murder warrant on you just on a hunch or because some assault thing. There's a reason I filed a murder warrant on you, because I have evidence to show that you weren't there when that girl got killed.
When Maria got killed?
Yes, when
No.
Maria got killed. I know you weren't. You've already lied to me a dozen times. You didn't get on no bus. The police didn't even show up till 12:30 at night.
12:30 at night.
Yeah, they didn't show up till 12:30 to kick you guys out. They all had body cams on. Everything's documented.
What time? So okay, so you telling me?
So you didn't get on no bus?
It had to be before 12:30.
No,
when the
it
police
wasn't.
came.
I'm not lying to you. I know what time it was. Everything's on video. And when the police showed up, you showed your ass telling them they couldn't come in the apartment, and then you stormed off.
Yeah.
Right. That was not at 9, 10 o'clock. You didn't catch no bus that night. You didn't go out west. The video camera from OSU Hospital shows everything. It's right at Jeremy and Maria's front door. It could not be a better picture. So, is that the story you want to stick with?
So you're telling me that when the police...
No, I'm not telling you.
You're saying the police didn't show up to 12:30, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, the police did not show up to 12:30. I can show you.
When we called the police and told her that she was trying to commit suicide.
Yes, the police showed up at 12:30. It was at 12:38.
It didn't even seem like it was that late.
Yeah, well, there was no buses running, so the whole bus story's a lie. But that's beside the point. The fact is, everything's on video. The video from OSU Hospital shoots right at her apartment building. I can tell every time her door is opened. I can tell every time somebody walks in. Now, I know that you weren't in there by yourself. So if you want to tell me exactly what happened that night, okay, listen, you don't need to lie to me. If you don't want to talk to me, say you don't want to talk. But if you're going to lie to me, don't waste your time.
But you're trying to say you putting a murder case on me, saying that I went in there and I did something to that girl?
Mm-hmm.
No.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
No, because I would have never hurt that girl, ever.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to keep it real with each other, no. I didn't go in there and do nothing to her.
So you weren't there when it happened?
I left before it happened.
Before what happened?
Before she got stabbed.
Who stabbed her?
Nikki.
How do you know?
Because she was the only one left in there.
Nikki was the only one left in there?
Yeah.
Because Crystal said when she went back over there, Nikki came and got her, and when she went back over there, you were sitting in there, you were Nikki, you guys were all threatening her, Nikki kicked her in the face. Crystal freaked out and left, and you were still in there.
Yeah, that's true. But I left after
So
that.
you're lying, you already met. So now you want to try and tell the actual story of what actually happened?
Before that happened, yes, Nikki did kick her in the head. I left.
Who was beating her up before that?
Michael did. The first time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I ain't lie about that.
Then you were just sitting there. You didn't have anything to do with it.
No, I didn't tell.
Williams said the group was inside Jeremy's apartment, but claimed he only grabbed his hygiene bag and clothes and left. Detectives then served a DNA warrant and asked what could link him to Maria's place. Williams said only old fingerprints, but the detective called out his bus story as a lie, citing cameras and body cam footage that tracked the timeline and showed him there. Michael and Crystal's statements didn't match his. Under pressure, William denied hurting Maria and blamed Nikki, admitting she assaulted Maria before he left.
Yeah.
Because Crystal said when she went back over there, Nikki came and got her, and when she went back over there, you were sitting in there, you were Nikki, you guys were all threatening her, and Nikki kicked her in the face. Crystal freaked out and left, and you were still in there.
Yeah, that's true. But I left after
So
that.
you're lying, you already admit. So now you want to try and tell the actual story of what actually happened?
Before that happened, yes, Nikki did kick her in the head. I left.
Who was beating her up before that?
Michael did. The first time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I ain't lie about that.
Then you were just sitting there. You didn't have anything to do with it.
No, I didn't touch her at all. That's God's honest truth.
No point did you ever touch her.
No.
Okay. Why is your DNA all over the rubber gloves you guys used?
Now that I don't have no problem with because I didn't touch nothing in there at all. All I know is that when I went in there, Nikki was like, I'm gonna kill this bitch.
Why is your DNA on the rubber gloves that were used?
What's rubber gloves? I didn't touch no rubber gloves.
Well, your DNA's on the rubber gloves that we found in the trash can, along with the knife that we found, along with the other rubber gloves we found. And you can't argue DNA. You know how it works.
You're saying that I've had on rubber
Why
gloves.
do you think you have a warrant on it? The DNA matched you.
How? There's no way.
Because you put on rubber gloves when you guys tried to clean up the apartment.
Wow. I didn't have no rubber gloves on at all.
I mean, you can go by yourself, or you can tell me exactly what happened, and we can charge the other people involved in this. It doesn't matter to me.
I didn't kill that girl.
Okay. Is that the story you want to stick with?
I didn't kill her.
I didn't say yours was the only DNA on rubber gloves, but your DNA was on rubber gloves. So if you want to tell me exactly what happened in there, you can tell me. I know it's rough, man. I know you don't want to talk to the police. I know you don't want to get yourself in a jackpot. But you're in the big jackpot right now. So, like I told you, we got video watching you guys going in and out of that apartment all night long. So you just tell me who did what.
Nikki stabbed her.
How many times she stabbed her?
I don't know, like 6 or 7. After 7-1, I left and went out the window. I was trying to see her get done.
She stabbed a lot more than 6 or 7.
After 6 or 7, I went out the back window. I was like, I'm not about to be a part of this.
You went out the back window?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Because Michael and them said that you ran out the back window when the police showed up.
No, I went out the back window when we was in Maria's apartment because I wasn't trying to be a part of it.
So you weren't there when the police showed up?
But yesterday, the next day?
Then in the morning, when the police got called about her.
No, because I went out the window probably like right after Jeremy left. I'd go out the front door, wherever he went at. I was way gone before then.
Did Nikki go with you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you and Nikki went out the back window of Jeremy's apartment.
Yeah. Well, the night that Maria got stabbed, I went out Maria's back window.
So you guys, after it was all said and done, you went back over to Jeremy's, and then when he left, you guys bolted out his window.
Right.
Because you thought what?
I thought the reason why I left is because I wasn't trying to get that put on me like that.
Okay. Did you assume that Jeremy was going to go call the police?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. So I don't want to have to put words in your mouth. I want you to tell me the
No,
story.
you're absolutely right.
Okay.
But I'm not the one that killed her, though. I'm not the one that stabbed her.
All right, well, let's go back to the beginning of the night then. So the police show up, you guys get kicked out. Now, the police did show up. I think it was 12:38. Police show up, kick you guys out. You get all pissy and storm off.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you go?
I just walked around the corner.
Okay, well, how long before you came back?
That I couldn't tell you because I was so pissed. And then Jeremy and them was like, we got all your stuff out. It's in my apartment. Then they all begged me, like, we're going to come pick you up. And I was like, I don't want to be nowhere near her apartment, whatever. And they was like, well, the police can't say nothing about us staying in Germany. So they came and picked me up. And, well, before they came pick me up, they was like, Maria pressed assault charges on you again. And I was like, what? 2 nights in a row? Like, wow, really? Like, what did I do to her? Like, Michael was the one that put her head through the wall, so why she's pressing assault charges on me?
Mm-hmm.
So they came pick me up. We went back to the apartment, and
Do you remember where exactly it was they picked you up at?
Mount Vernon, I think it was.
Okay. So they picked you up somewhere on Mount Vernon?
Yeah, I was by that little drive-through.
All right, so and then you guys go back to the apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Then what happened?
Then we was sitting there, and Michael was like, oh, you know, I made a key. We can get back in. And I was like, okay. He was like, I said, what do y'all want to do? And Nikki was like, well, I want to go over and beat her ass. So that's when we went back over there.
Okay, so who all went back over that time?
Me, Michael, and Nikki.
Okay. And that was the first time you guys went back over after the police had kicked you out?
Yeah.
And where was Crystal at then?
I think she was at Germany's.
Right. Was she awake? Was she asleep?
She was.
William admitted Michael had assaulted Maria earlier, but claimed he never touched her. Then detectives confronted him. His DNA was found on rubber gloves and tied to other evidence, including a knife. William looked stunned and denied wearing gloves or being involved. The detective warned him to tell the truth or take the fall alone. Under pressure, William blamed Nikki, saying she stabbed Maria 6 or 7 times and claimed he climbed out the back window during the attack. He said he, Michael, and Nikki later returned to Maria's apartment without Crystal.
I think she was at Germany's.
Right. Was she awake? Was she asleep?
She was still awake, I think.
So she knew you guys were going back over?
No, because she was in the bathroom when we went back over there.
And so you didn't tell her, it's your girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
You didn't tell her you're leaving or heading out?
We just stormed back over there.
Okay, so how'd you get in?
Michael used the key, opened the door.
Okay, Michael used the key to open the door, and then what?
We went in, she was by the door, so Nikki pushed the door and Maria fell down, and then she started beating her up, and then she was screaming for me and Michael, and Michael, no, she had a knife in her hand, and Michael
Who had a knife in her hand?
Maria did. And Michael grabbed a knife and threw it like across the floor.
Okay.
And then I was just sitting in the chair smoking a cigarette, and she was yelling for us. She was like, make her stop, make me stop. And then like me and Michael was like, what did I say? I said something in the line like, why would you make us go through this, something like this? Why would you get us kicked out? You know what I'm saying? Like we had everything made or something like that. So Nikki's just steady kicking her or whatever. And I was like, you know what, let's go, y'all. Like, it's cool. Like, so that's when we went back next door. And Nikki was like, I'm not done. So
how was she when you left that time?
Laying on the floor, had a big knot on her face.
Was she unconscious? Was she awake? What?
Kind of in and out.
When you left, were you concerned that she was going to get up and call the police?
Not really, because I didn't do nothing to her.
Okay. So, Nikki beats her up. You don't know whether she's unconscious or not. You know,
because we go back next door.
So you go back over to Jeremy's, and then what?
Then, like, Crystal was like, what's going on? And I was like, Nikki just beat the shit out of Maria. And she just started shaking her head, like, so I was like, well, I'm about to go take me a walk. And then that's when me and Michael went over to check on her, and Nikki come back over, and she was like, if y'all ain't want to be a part of this, I'm about to do her in. And I'm like, what do you mean you about to do her in? So the knife that Michael took from Maria and threw across the floor, Nikki picks it up. And she stabbed her in her shoulder, and she stabbed her in her chest or something like that. So I look at Michael. Michael starts having a seizure. So I help make out a seizure. Then he goes, no, Crystal came over, and she was like, what's going on? When she see that, she was like, oh, I'm not trying to be a part of this. So her and Michael go back next door to Jeremy's.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I think I said it like it was like 6 or 7 times after Nikki stabbed her, and I seen that blood was coming out of her chest and stuff, I went out the back window and went back over to Jeremy's.
Why'd you go out the back window?
Because I wasn't trying to be a part of that. I didn't want no neighbors or nobody to see me going out the front door.
So you go back over to Maria's, Nikki starts stabbing her. What's Michael doing?
Michael's already back over at Jeremy's because, like I said, he had a seizure while Nikki was stabbing him.
But did Michael see any of the stabbings before he had a seizure?
Yeah, that's what made him go into a seizure.
That's what I mean. So you go back over to Maria's, it's you, Nikki, and Michael.
Mm-hmm.
She then gets the knife and starts stabbing Maria. Michael starts having a seizure.
I get him out of seizure.
How do you get him out of a seizure?
Well, I talked to him. He has like the grandma seizures.
So you get him out of a seizure, and then Crystal comes over.
Mm-hmm.
And is that the point that Crystal saw?
I don't think she seen Nikki stab her.
She see her kick her in the head?
Yeah, she did say she seen blood though. I remember her saying that.
So she sees that she's all bloody, and then she sees Nikki kick her in the head?
I don't think she seen Nikki kick. I'm not for sure.
She said she saw Nikki kick her in the head.
She probably did. I don't know. Like everything.
So was Nikki kicking her and stabbing her?
Yeah.
Okay. So she said she saw Nikki kick her in the head, but by that time Maria had already been stabbed a few times.
Yeah, like up in here.
Up in the chest area?
Yeah.
And was Maria still dressed at that point?
Dressed. Yeah, she had on clothes.
Yeah, she was fully clothed?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then Maria don't want to be involved, so she leaves.
Maria.
I'm sorry. Crystal don't want to be involved, so she leaves.
Because she said, Michael, come on, and that's when her and
So
Michael
she takes Michael with her?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
William claimed he, Michael, and Nikki used a key to enter Maria's apartment. He said Nikki attacked Maria, and Maria reached for a knife before Michael grabbed it and threw it aside. William insisted he didn't join in, saying he watched. Nikki returned, grabbed the knife, and attacked Maria again. William said Michael had a seizure, and he fled out a back window. Detectives believed he was downplaying his role, and Crystal saw the assault.
Maria.
I'm sorry. Crystal don't want to be involved, so she leaves.
Because she said, Michael, come on, and that's when her and Michael...
So she takes Michael with her?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's just you and Nikki in Maria's apartment now.
Right.
And then what happens?
Then, like I said, she stabbed her a few more times,
And what do you say?
I was like, sis, I said, you really trying to kill her? And she was like, yeah, fuck this bitch. And I was like, well, I'm out of here.
Why was she so angry?
I don't know.
But you did see her stab her a few more times before you left. And when you left that time, that's when you went out the window?
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you go out the window and you go back, where? Back over to Jeremy's?
Back over to Jeremy's.
Okay. And then what do you do?
I lay down with Crystal and go to sleep.
And then what happens?
Then, like, I heard Jeremy get up and he was getting ready to leave, and he was like, where you going? And he said something about taking his brother to court. And I was like, no, that don't sound right. So I got up, brushed my teeth, and I was like, well, I'm out of here. And then I went out the window, and then, like, Crystal calls me, and she was like, the police are here. I'm like, police are where?
Wait, you said Nikki went with you?
Yeah, Nikki went out the window with me. Yeah.
So did you guys talk, say we're getting out of here, or what?
No, I went out first. I started walking down the street, and then when I looked back, Nikki was following me, and I'm like, where are you going?
And what'd she say?
And she was like, I'm getting up out of here. And I'm like, why? What happened? And then that's when I asked her, I was like, did you kill her? And she was like, we'll talk about it later. And I'm like, well, I'm not about to be around you. So I went my way and she went her way.
But I thought you guys were pretty close. You just...
I mean, we're close, but we're not that close. Like, I've been knowing her for a long time, on and off. I didn't think it would ever come to that. I didn't think that she would go that far. I mean, I know her and Maria had problems before, and she threatened to beat her up and whatever, but I didn't think it would go that far.
Did you try to help clean up?
No.
Sure?
Positive. Like I said, after I seen her stab her a couple more times, I went out the window and I was like, no, I'm done. I'm cool.
Now, I told you that there's video.
Yeah, I know.
You can see how many times people go in and out of each apartment.
Yeah, I know.
And obviously you're the biggest dude out of all of them. We can tell when you go in and tell when you come out. And did you go back in and try and help clean up the apartment?
No, I did not. That's no lie.
What point did you put on the rubber gloves?
Probably when I climbed out the window and I was like, I'm not trying to be a part of this. Because I didn't want my fingerprints to be on the window.
Where'd you get the rubber gloves?
They was already in the apartment because we used them for cleaning up. Like, you know, when we mopped and swept and everything.
They were in Maria's apartment?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can't be lying to me.
I know.
Because those gloves belonged to Jeremy. Those were his rubber gloves that he used to put in catheters. You asked Jeremy if he had rubber gloves.
No, Nikki asked him if he had rubber gloves.
No, you asked Jeremy if he had rubber gloves.
He's
and
lying.
Michael got the rubber gloves.
He's lying because I remember Nikki asked him that she had rubber gloves and he gave them to her and she was like, here,
See, so you lied. They were not in Maria's apartment.
No, listen, there was some already in there on her table because early that day he had gave her some. I remember the blue one sitting on the table. But before we left out of Jeremy's to go back into Maria's, Nikki asked Jeremy and said, can we get some gloves? And I was looking like, why do we need gloves for? And she was like, so we don't leave no fingerprints. So Jeremy did give Nikki some gloves. I'm not going to lie about that. But there were some already in Maria's apartment when we got in.
Jeremy said he didn't give anybody gloves. He said that Michael came and got the box of gloves and you guys put gloves on.
No.
And your DNA's on the gloves.
It probably is. Like I said, I put them on when I went out the window. I do remember that now.
So you put on gloves to go out a window.
Yeah.
But you didn't put on gloves for anything else that was going on inside the apartment.
Nothing else.
Even though why would you do that? Why would you put on gloves to leave?
Because after I seen her stabbing.
You'd already been in there when they were stabbing.
Right, but I'm saying after she started stabbing her, I was like, I'm not about to be a part of this, so I put them on. That's when I climbed out the window. I bet you them gloves I had on probably ain't got none of her blood on there.
So when Michael and Jeremy, or Michael and Nikki come in here, and they're going to say that you helped clean up.
Clean up what?
Clean up her apartment. It's obvious that somebody tried to clean up the apartment.
Well, it wasn't me.
Okay.
I admit I had on gloves.
William claimed Nikki stabbed Maria again several more times, and he confronted her, asking if she was really trying to kill her. He said he panicked and escaped through a window, then went next door to Crystal and pretended nothing happened. By morning, he climbed out again as police arrived, and he admitted Nikki left the same way. When he asked if she killed Maria, she said, "We'll talk later." Detectives pressed him about cleaning up. He denied it until he admitted putting on rubber gloves, raising major suspicion.
Obviously, that somebody tried to clean up the apartment.
Well, it wasn't me.
Okay.
I admit I had on gloves, but like I said,
I'm telling you, man, this is your one chance to tell the truth and tell everything that happened.
I'm telling you.
I know that, I mean, you are in trouble. There's no doubt about it. But how much of this is going to be you is up to you.
Well, I'm
not
about to tell you no
make you look
I'm trying
bad.
to tell you everything that what happened.
So why would Jeremy lie about the gloves?
I don't understand.
Jeremy said you asked him for rubber gloves.
I did not ask him for no gloves. Nikki asked him for some gloves.
Well, there's a big difference between you and Nikki. So I think you would know the difference whether it was you asking for rubber gloves or Nikki asking for.
Why would I ask for gloves?
Because you guys were going over to Maria's apartment.
Right. But why would I ask for him though? That don't make sense.
Because you went over there and helped clean up.
No, I did not. I told you exactly what happened when we went back in the apartment. She kicked her in the head. She started stabbing her. I was sitting right there and I was like, what are you doing? She was like, I'm about to kill this bitch. So I put on the gloves and I climbed out the window. I did not help clean up nothing.
Nobody's going to buy it. You put on gloves to climb out a window.
Why wouldn't they?
Because why would you do that?
If you see somebody getting stabbed, what would you try to leave your finger?
You've already been in there while she's stabbing her. She's killing her.
I wasn't the only one. Michael was there when he seen her get stabbed.
Okay, well, right. Is there anything else?
Nothing else I could think of.
You sure?
She stabbed her. I went out the window. I went next door. I laid down. Nothing else I could think of.
Okay.
Like I said, if there's DNA on the gloves, yeah, they probably were because I put them on to climb out the window. But cleaning up what? I don't understand what I'd help clean up.
All right. Well, when Jeremy or when Michael gets arrested and when Nikki gets arrested too, and this all unfolds, don't say that I didn't give you an opportunity first.
I don't know what else you want me to tell you. Like I said, I told you everything that happened. I know Nikki started stabbing her, and like I said, I put on the gloves and I went out the window. And you could ask Crystal and them when
And what do
she
you think
woke up.
Nikki's going to say? She's going to say, "Oh yeah, I started stabbing her, and he put on gloves around."
She's probably not going to admit to it, but I'll take a lie to take the test.
Okay.
Jeremy said I asked for the gloves. That's a lie right there. And if Michael and Crystal was probably there and they was listening, I guarantee they'd probably tell you I didn't ask for the gloves. Nikki asked for the gloves.
Okay. So who changed the locks in the apartment?
We did.
Who's we?
Me, Jeremy, Michael, and...
So I just got done asking you if there was anything else that I might need to know.
I forgot about that because he was the one who said they once, after Maria had left, he was the one like, oh, we could switch locks. That was actually Jeremy's idea for real. He was like,
why would you?
Because he said something about his brother or somebody had the keys to his apartment. He think when his brother or somebody was coming in and taking his stuff.
So when did you guys change your locks?
See, that's a good question. I think it was right after Maria left early that night before the police came.
So you guys changed the locks before?
We switched his lock with her lock.
And what was the reason for that?
Because Jeremy said that, no, Michael was like, well, I think she's gonna go call the police and get us kicked out. And Jeremy told Michael like, y'all could we could switch locks because, like I said, something about his brother had a key to his apartment and was going in. He think his brother was going in stealing something or whatever. So he gave us the screwdriver and everything, and we changed Maria's lock with Jeremy's lock.
And you think that happened at what time?
Don't get me lying on that. I know it was right before she came back and the police got called.
So the locks were changed before the police even got there?
Yeah.
And did you mention to anybody you had changed the locks to her apartment?
No, because Michael had the key.
So Michael had a key to her apartment because you guys had changed the locks?
Yeah.
So you could get back into her apartment?
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I forgot all about that. But yeah, like I said, when she had left, Michael was like, I probably think she's probably going to go to OSU and probably call the police and get us kicked out.
Why do you think she would have went to OSU?
I didn't say that. Michael said that.
Well, why would he have thought OSU?
I don't know.
Well, the police department's right across the street.
Right.
So why would she go to OSU?
Maria wasn't too bright.
Well, Maria was beyond not being too bright. Obviously, the girl had some issues.
Right.
I'm sure you're well aware of that.
But the thing was, when Michael said that, Jeremy was in his wheelchair. I think we was outside or one of the apartments. And that's when Jeremy was like, yeah, we could switch locks because he thinks that his brother was coming in and taking his stuff. And he was like, so now that my brother comes, he can't get in my apartment. So him and Michael switched keys.
Okay.
But I forgot all about that part.
So you know about Maria, obviously, you obviously know that she has some issues.
Yeah.
She's not very bright. So when Nikki started stabbing her, what'd you think? You were okay with that?
Not really.
So you didn't try to stop her?
I mean,
You're a big dude. Nikki's a little drug addict.
I
You didn't care that she was stabbing this?
I did, but it was like I had so much to drink that night. Like I said, everything happened so fast, and then I was like, after I seen her do it and I seen the blood coming out, I was like, you know what, I'm out of here.
The detective stopped hinting and warned William. Once the others were arrested, he couldn't claim he wasn't given a chance. William insisted he'd told everything, but then admitted more. He said he saw Nikki stabbing Maria and that he put on gloves before escaping through a window. He claimed Nikki asked for the gloves, not him. Then he revealed something bigger. Earlier that night, he, Jeremy, and Michael swapped the locks on Maria's door, and Michael still had the key. When pressed on why he didn't stop the stabbing, William blamed alcohol and shock.
When Nikki started stabbing her, what'd you think? You were okay with that?
Not really.
So you didn't try to stop her? You're a big dude. Nikki's a little drug addict. You didn't care that she was stabbing this?
I did, but it was like I had so much to drink that night. Like I said, everything happened so fast, and then I was like, after I seen her do it and I seen the blood coming out, I was like, you know what, I'm out of here. And that's when I put the gloves on and I went out the window, and I went back to Jeremy's, and I lay down with Crystal, and she was like, "Where's Nikki?" I said, "I think she's still over there." And that's when she was like, "Oh my God." And I'm like, all right, so I went to sleep. Then that's when I heard Jeremy get in his wheelchair, and we was like, "Where you going?" He was like, "I'm going to pick my brother up, take the quarter something." So as soon as he went out the door, I went out the window. And as I got down the street, I see Nikki falling behind me, and then that's when Crystal called me. She was like, "The police here," and I was like, "Police where?" She's like, "At Jeremy's." And then that's the last time I talked to her, because I guess apparently y'all had her and Michael and them downtown.
Well, you probably kind of figured why the police were there, didn't you?
Kind of, sort of, but I didn't think that she killed her.
So what did the knife look like she was using?
Like a little knife, maybe, something like, maybe that big.
Color handle?
I didn't pay attention, I'm not gonna lie to you. I just know it was a knife. It was dark.
And you say it was about that big?
Maybe so, probably like that, maybe.
And when you guys got in the apartment, Maria had it in her hand first, and...
The knife Maria had in her hand was like a little silver one, it was all silver.
So the knife that Nikki stabbed her with was a different one?
I think so.
So did Nikki bring that knife with her?
No, it was already in the apartment, because it was like a little knife set or something on the little sink, by the sink.
So there was a knife set on the sink in Maria's apartment?
It was like a little utensil. You know how people put like your silverware and
Yeah, a
stuff?
little wooden block holds a bunch of knives and
Yeah.
stuff in it? Is that what you're talking about? Or are you
it was
talking
like
about a
little
drawer?
plastic, no, it was like one of them things you sit on the counter and you put your spoons and spatulas and stuff in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you think that Nikki got a different knife from the one Maria had when you first got there and stabbed her with a different knife?
Yeah.
And what did Nikki do with that knife afterwards? Do you know?
I don't know. Like I said, I left.
Okay.
Because when I woke up, Nikki was back over in the apartment and she was laying with Michael.
Did you notice anything unusual about Nikki? Did she have blood on her? Did she change her clothes?
Like I said, I was so focused on Jeremy leaving early in the morning, and I was like, I'm out of here. So that's when I went through his window and I left. And then, like I said, when I looked back, she was following me, and I was like, "Where are you going?" She was like, "Oh, we'll talk about it later." And I was like, "Oh, I'm getting away from you."
So I still don't understand why you wouldn't have stopped this.
Like I said, I was drinking that night, and
I mean, Maria was no match for Nikki.
not at all.
So why would you have just let her just torture her and stab her?
First of all, I didn't let her. Like, I mean, I could. Yeah, you're right. I probably could have stopped her. But
Oh, I'm pretty sure you could have stopped her.
yeah, but I was, like I said, I've been drinking, and everything happened so fast, and I was like, I'm getting up out of here. And that's when, like I said, I put on the gloves and I went through the window.
Do you think Michael ever stabbed her at any point?
I doubt that.
Don't think he's capable of it?
Oh, I know Michael is. Michael always carries around a knife.
But you don't think if he's capable of stabbing Maria? Just because you carry around a knife doesn't mean you're going to stab somebody.
I don't know. He might be up to, I don't know. I mean, I don't put nothing past nobody.
Were you surprised when Nikki stabbed her?
I was shocked, yeah. Because like I said, her and Maria done fought before, and she didn't beat her up, and they went their ways, and it was just, I mean, this has been ongoing with them too.
Mm-hmm. So then why does Maria still allow her to come around her then if she's always mean to her?
Because of Michael.
I mean, were you scared of Nikki?
Nikki can be, Nikki's a monster. She could be detrimental.
So did she make you nervous? Were you scared of her?
Not really, but I mean, I know what she's capable of doing.
Okay. But you didn't.
When detectives asked about the knife, Williams said Maria first had a small silver one, but Nikki later grabbed a different knife from a kitchen utensil holder. He claimed he didn't know where Nikki put it afterward, because he left before things settled. The detective challenged him on why he wasn't afraid of Nikki if she was so dangerous. Williams slipped and called her a monster, saying she could be detrimental, yet still insisted he didn't think she'd hurt him, though he admitted he stayed awake when he later found her sleeping on the floor.
I know what she's capable of doing.
Okay. But you weren't to the point where you were afraid to close your eyes around it.
Well, like I said, when she stabbed her and I went out the window and I went back to sleep, I woke up and she was laying on the floor. And that's when I stayed up.
When you guys went out the back window, because, I mean, obviously you thought Jeremy was going to go call police or something,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because you said you didn't think his brother going to court was the truth.
That's right.
So you decided to leave. And you knew you had to leave because of what happened last night, the night before.
Right.
And you say you and Nikki didn't have any conversation before you guys went out the window.
You mean out of Jeremy's window? No, because like I said, when I woke up and seen Jeremy leaving, I told Crystal I love her and I gave her a kiss and I threw my shoes on, brushed my teeth, and I went out the window. And like I said, I got like all the way down by, what's that side street? It's right before, I think it's Champion.
And Crystal didn't ask why you were leaving?
Mm,
Did Crystal ask you about anything that happened over there that night afterwards? After she came over and she saw Nikki kick her in the head, and then she goes back to the apartment, and then you come back over, did she ask you about what happened?
No, because after all that happened and I tried to call her that day and I kept getting her voicemail, that's when she, what was it, it was the next day? I called her dad's house and her dad was like, she's not allowed to talk to you or something. So then I went through another friend and I got in touch with her on Facebook and I was like, what's going on? And she was like, the detectives told me not to talk to you. I was like, for what? And she was like, they think that you and Nikki killed Maria. I was like, what do you believe? And she was like, I know you wouldn't do it. She's like, because you're not trying to go to jail. And I was like, I know I wouldn't. And then she asked me and I told her. I was like, Nikki probably did it because when I left, she was still stabbing her.
Well, that's not what Crystal told me. But obviously everybody's looking out for themselves, right?
She didn't tell you that she thought Nikki did it?
Well,
Because that's what she told me.
Well, like I said, that's not what she told me.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're going to do is, I got a judge sign a search warrant. I'm going to take your DNA again.
Right.
And then you're going to jail. You probably won't be in there alone for long. Is there anything else that you think I might need to know that you might want to get off your chest? This is, like I said, this is going to be your one opportunity.
I mean, I kept it real with you. I told you everything I've seen, everything I know.
Okay.
But besides when you brought up the lock thing, I forgot all about the lock thing.
The lock thing just seems a little, I just don't understand why you guys would have changed locks.
I just told you why.
But that doesn't make any sense.
It does, if you think about it, because Michael said that he thought that Maria was gonna go call the police and get us kicked out. So Michael's like, well, we're gonna change the lock, and then that's when him and Jeremy got to talking, and Jeremy was like something about his brother coming in and out, and he was like, so we could change locks. And I was like, oh, that seems like a pretty good idea.
That's not what Jeremy says either.
But he said we changed the locks for him.
Well, it's not that.
So everybody wants to lie now. Wow.
Well, you started out lying.
All right, but I end up telling you the truth, though.
Well, maybe they'll end up telling me the truth.
I have
The
no
thing
reason
is,
to lie.
if you weren't okay with this, why you would just let Nikki just stab on this girl?
Because after the first couple times, and I was like, what are you trying to do? Like, you really trying to kill her? And like I said, I was drinking that night, and I got discombobulated, and I was like, you know what? I'm not about to be a part of this. So that's, like I said, that's when I went out the window, and I went back over there and lay down with Crystal and went to sleep.
And how long you guys been living there?
Over where?
At Maria's. How long were
I
you
think
there?
it was like 2 or 3 weeks.
What was the arrangement? Why were you guys staying there? What was the deal? Were you paying rent?
We'd buy our cigarettes and stuff like that, kept food in the house.
How'd you have money coming in?
Crystal working, and then I'll go out and do side jobs.
William said he didn't believe Jeremy's story and suspected he was going to the police. He claimed he kissed Crystal goodbye, told her he loved her, then climbed out a window. Later, William and Crystal told him police warned her not to talk to him because investigators believed he and Nikki were involved. The detective then revealed a judge-signed warrant. William's DNA would be taken again, and he wasn't going home. Pressed on the lock change and the attack, William admitted he knew what Nikki was doing, but left anyway. He also admitted they'd been staying at Maria's for weeks without paying rent.
Arrangement. Why were you guys staying there? What was the deal? Were you paying rent?
We'd buy our cigarettes and stuff like that, kept food in the house.
How'd you have money coming in?
Crystal working, and then I'll go out and do side jobs.
Okay. And did Michael have any money coming in?
Yeah, he had SSI.
So that was his only money.
Yeah.
Where did his checks go?
I don't know. It's a good question.
It didn't come to Maria's house.
No.
And Crystal where's she work at?
Covers.
Which one?
One of them, Main and Hamilton.
Oh, in Whitehall too?
Yeah.
Is that why you guys went to Whitehall undergrad?
Yeah.
Do you got connections to Whitehall at all, other than that?
No.
All right, let me get... What? It's
Just
funny.
tripping off people lying. Like, Jeremy said I asked for some gloves. Well, I know I wasn't that damn drunk where I didn't know that he said, I know Nikki asked for them gloves. I know that.
Well, Jeremy's not the only one that said you asked for gloves. This is your copy. You can see it's signed by a judge down there at the bottom. You get to take that with you. Now, obviously, you've had DNA taken before because this is how you've matched it. just don't understand why Nikki would take out so much anger on this girl when she could obviously overpower and beat up. I mean, what was the point of stabbing her to death?
What I understand is, I know I wasn't the only one that heard her that night saying that she wanted to kill her. I know Crystal and Michael, and if Jeremy was there, I think he heard her too say that. So.
But why kill her? For what reason?
I don't know.
You just be that pissed off because she kicked you out of an apartment that wasn't even yours?
She's on drugs. Like,
did you see her doing drugs that night?
Yeah. She shot up some heroin.
Was that her drug of choice?
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever she has?
That too. Crystal meth.
All right, I just need to tell you, head back a little bit. Just relax your mouth. I'm going to get inside your cheek. Crystal meth?
Mm-hmm. So evidently, when y'all put this warrant out on for me, y'all didn't even put one out for her either?
I was going to give you the first chance.
Sure. She was standing right there when they arrested me.
Should have said something.
Oh yeah, like, there was Nicole right there, pick her up. I was just sitting there kicking with my cousin and it was like, I just don't understand how they just walked up to the whole crowd and just picked me out like, you got a warrant for your arrest. Like, that didn't make sense to me.
Well, it doesn't make sense now.
Yeah, no, it does.
See, if you would have said something right then. See, you're at this point in this situation where it's going to be every man for himself. Because ain't nobody going to be sticking up for nobody else. They're all going to be trying to save their own ass.
Well,
and the first one, you're the first one to get to save your own ass. You get to make that decision. You know how it works. So, if there's anything else you think you might want to talk to me about before Nikki and Michael get their opportunities, I would suggest you do it quickly. I'm not that hard to get hold of. If there's anything else you think you can remember right now? Because my guess would be, when Nikki comes in here, she gonna put it on you.
I already know. But that's trick no good though, because she ain't gonna be able to. Because if you ask Crystal what time I came and laid down with her, because she woke up as soon as I lay down, she was like, where you been? I was like, I just left Maria's. I said, Nikki's still over there. So whatever time it was that I woke Crystal up, she can tell you exactly that Nikki didn't come back with me. I guarantee you that's what Crystal will tell you. And no, Michael was still up, because Michael was on his phone.
Okay. Anything else you want to tell me?
Nothing I can think of right now. Like I said, all I remember is going out the window, going to lay down with her, and then like when I woke up, Nikki was back and she was laying on the floor with Michael, and that's when Jeremy was getting ready to leave, and I went out the window. Yeah, that's all I can think of right now.
Okay. When was the last time you talked or texted Crystal?
3 or 4 days ago, I think.
And what was that about?
Just to make sure she was all right. That's all.
William's biggest panic hit when Jeremy claimed he'd asked for gloves, something William denied immediately. The detective made it clear nobody in this case was protecting anyone, and the first person to talk would save themselves. William tried to anchor himself with an alibi, saying he was with Crystal and that she could confirm Nikki didn't leave with him. But by then, the room had gone cold, and the talking was done. In the end, a jury found William Elliott guilty, and in August 2022, he was sentenced to life in prison without parole. Thanks for watching. If you want more full interrogations and breakdowns like this, hit like, subscribe, and share the video. It helps the channel more than you think. This was Crime Cracked, and I'll see you in the next one.